This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Congratulations, Donald Trump.
Congratulations, Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. You've been acquitted again. I don't know how else to say it. I mean,
you fooled me twice.
We
fooled him twice. Shame on them.
It's not even fooled him twice. Like they failed the first time.
Yes.
What the hell makes you think that you were going to be successful the second time around?
Because.
Why? Because he was gone? Because you think that you could try and pin some kind of a quote attack that you guys I mean the progressive left have helped to orchestrate?
I mean, they really should have learned from their mistakes in the past.
You would think they did, but they never do.
Should be once bit, twice shy here.
Yeah, but it's not. It's you failed the first time, and again, the only thing you could have gotten him on this time is possibly adding in him inciting violence, which
he didn't.
Which any normal human being, not knowing Trump, could read the words that were said. They could read the transcript and see that there was no inciting of violence whatsoever.
And actually, at the very end of it, he even says, "Go home peaceably." Yes.
So you couldn't even have got it. You couldn't have nailed him on that. Even if you did, it wasn't going to be enough to do anything.
Right.
How? I'm beginning to, I truly wonder what it is about these anti-Trump people, especially from the left, that makes them think that this stupidity is going to work again. Why? Because you got your guy into office and...
Well, you cheated to get your guy in office.
Yes. And so you're going to turn around and what? You think that because he's there now that you have this ability to sway everybody? That's the, I don't want to say the downside, but arguably it's the downside. This is what happens when you have America. America is kind of still
America.
Not in its fullest form, but there are still a lot of free thinkers.
Oh yeah, there are.
And because you have the free thinkers, even if they are swayed by a one section or another without fully doing their homework, they've still, at least in their own mind, have reckoned that to be truth. They're not duped. They're not forced into being in that way.
Right, yeah.
And so you can't expect people to go, "Oh, he must be right this time." Like, shut up, dude. I'm glad it's over. I knew he was going to be acquitted. I'm glad he got acquitted.
Yep.
All this does is, again, it just kind of opens that door for him to be ready to run again in 2024, which I think everybody's counting on.
I think
there's
that's
a
what
lot
they
of
want.
people are betting on that.
I think that's what pretty much everybody wants. But what?
Hold on. I was going to say, everybody wants that. A lot of people want that, especially his old voters and his old base. They want that to be.
But also the people against him want that.
Yeah, I know, because they think that he'll do something else that they could turn around and.
Because they want him to run as a third party.
Yeah, so they could squish him even harder, or think they will.
Right. Not only squish him harder, but also pull away from the Republicans, so the Republicans can't get a vote, and then Democrats win again anyway.
I hate to say this, but if
I actually think the third party might win.
Yeah, he would get the win.
And that's saying a lot about the pull that he has with voters. Not saying that we trust him. It's just saying a lot about the pull that he has with voters. People don't believe in the parties, but there are enough people that actually believed in Donald Trump and what he was doing after his 4 years of office.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny to me.
Here's my thing is I don't think he's going to run again.
No.
I don't think so. Would he have ran? Would he have? Obviously, he campaigned. Would he have stayed in for the next 4 years?
Yes.
If he won, absolutely.
Yes.
Would he have ran? Would he have? Obviously, he campaigned. Would he have stayed in for the next 4 years?
Yes.
If he won, absolutely.
Yes, but he wouldn't run again after that.
I don't think he's going to run again, and not because he doesn't want to get beat up, and not because anything anybody else is going to say.
He doesn't care about that mess.
He's done it.
He's tired.
Trump is a guy who there's levels of achievement. There's goals the man has in mind, and once he hits them, he'll carry them as far as they go, and then you move on to the next thing.
Right. This right here was that whole idea of, well, oh, you don't want me anymore, huh?
Yeah, this is as bad as this is going to sound. This is just another notch in his belt. That's all this is.
It kind of is. I kind of see that. I would see how that works. Yeah.
Now, I'm not completely rolling it out. He might,
maybe,
But I don't
Look at you, Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, I don't. But I don't. Yeah, but I don't. At the same time, what's for? He's only going to be able to run then for 4 years, and that's going to be it.
Yes, that is correct.
Unless he wins, runs those 4 years, and then the right and the Republicans do the one thing that I worry that the left will end up doing, and trying to change things in the Constitution so he can run and go for a third term.
No, because they changed it back with
Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah, no. Woodrow Wilson got it. They changed it,
But it was after him.
Yeah, no, it was Nixon.
Was it Nixon?
It was Nixon.
Oh, that's right, because Roosevelt did too.
Yeah,
Roosevelt did 3 of them too.
So there's a couple of them that did 3, but most everybody did 2.
Now I was thinking of something else with Wilson. It wasn't the term limit. It was the 25th, the one where he could be if deemed incapacitated that the House and the Senate can.
Yeah. That was
do the ruling. Yeah, it was the 25th, I believe.
Yeah,
I believe. I'm not.
That was what's his face with the polio.
No, I'm saying, but they did it. They hit it after Wilson because his wife was running everything.
Yeah, that's the guy with the polio.
And they realized that he was
the one with the polio.
Yeah, they were all lying to him. Well, he had more than polio, some kind of
a
couple screws loose. But anyway, my point is I don't.
Of course he had screws loose.
I don't see him running again. I really don't. I mean, not to say he wouldn't, and not to say that it wouldn't be. A guy. He's achieved it.
He's done it. Next hill.
And again, he would have continued on if he had won, but
sure.
At this point, by the time that, he gets ready to try and run again, that kind of excitement of all of it's going to be gone, and he's going to be, knee deep in something. Yeah, so.
And what I think, if where he supposedly went continues, he's not going to be a front man. He's going to be behind the scenes guy.
Yeah.
He's going to be pushing the next generation of a third party.
Yeah, which is fine, I think. I don't know. I'm either way. You would think that the left would be smart enough to know that they tried to acquit the first time and they had nothing. They should have known better than to try it this time, and they didn't work. And again, if I was Trump, just for the sake of being a douche, I would at least feign and spend money. Like I was getting ready to run.
Right.
Just to scare the snot out of people. And then just at the last minute be like, oh, yeah, no, I'm good. That
would make a lot of sense. And then take all that money that you threw into feigning. Take all that money and turn around and go and throw it behind support of somebody else immediately. Just like, poof, here you go.
Ta-da.
2 months, 5 months before everybody has to get through. Just
exactly.
Boom, drop the bomb.
And then everybody's like, where did this guy come from?
Everywhere. Okay, so before we get into everything,
sure.
Just a couple show notes.
Yeah, just a tad.
Couple show notes, especially for this week.
Mainly for this week.
But first one is Dylan's going to be here tomorrow with Carrie.
You will not.
I will not. I will be flying out.
On the road again?
Yeah, I'll be flying out again. So I'll be gone for the rest of the week.
Just can't wait to get on the
With
road
that
again.
being said, like I said, tomorrow it's going to be Dylan and Carrie.
Yes.
And after that, we're going to do one of two things. It looks like we're going to be able to get some of the Mojo crew, some of the other hosts to fill in.
Some you've heard, some you haven't.
Right. If we can't find a day for everybody, which I think we should be able to.
I think we've got everything. Maybe.
I think we're really close. We had a couple maybes, a definite, and an if needed.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're good. So those people are going to come out. We'll have it finalized. Dylan will tell you who's going to be what day tomorrow. And that way you'll be able to hear it. That way there's no replays and all the rest of it.
Yeah, because we hate replays.
Right. And the next week we'll start back up.
Yeah.
And second show note. We love the guys that we work with. We have no idea what they do. And I'm saying this specifically to a comment on Facebook.
Okay.
There is not a Mojo-wide boycott of doing video. Nobody said anything to us. Nobody even asked us. I have no idea what those boys are doing. More power to them. But let's just put it this way. We're not going to change how we're doing things because how we're doing things works for us.
Well, and it's also because of what we want to do.
Yeah, it's what we want to do. We want to share. We want to share as openly as possible.
We have no reason.
We are a radio show. We're a podcast. We're everything else. We're on a radio network.
Some people like to watch,
but some people do like to physically watch.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Weirdos.
I'm discussing, face for radio.
Now I know some people. This is the only way they can get to us because it is easier. Even though I don't know how much easier you can get from iHeart, but I digress.
Click. I mean, whatever.
I digress.
But it's also they can get in contact with us, but then
the
for those that
Twitters
don't
and
have the
everything
Twitters
else.
and things like that. So the reason why we're going to keep doing it, because we're still doing it, because it's the best way for us so that we can interact with everybody as much as possible. That's how our show works.
Point is, we haven't had a negative reason to need to.
Yeah, we haven't had a reason to stop.
You know what I mean?
If there was a reason to stop, or heck, if we had some sort of, get-together powwow and everybody's like, hey, let's go for a week without doing video. If we had some sort of, get-together powwow and everybody's like, hey, let's go for a week without doing video.
We
might do that.
We might consider it.
We might consider it.
But nothing has been done. Nothing has been said.
If a couple people on the network do it, more power to them. We're happy for them. We want them to do the things that they want to do to make them happy.
Because we believe in whatever reasoning that they're doing it for.
Right. So we are going to do what we're going to do to make this show work for us and you, everybody else.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Because here's the deal. Like, the way we do this show, again, just for all clarity, the way we do this is a radio show.
Yes, of course.
We just happen to put it on video because it makes it a whole lot easier to share. We get a tad more interaction when we post up and share it later.
Right.
Because it's one of those things that people nowadays especially are all about. If they see a video, they'll at least check it out for a couple seconds. If you just throw up, hey, here's the link
here's the link to my audio.
To audio, you're not going to get a lot, and it doesn't matter what platform you're on.
Right.
So that's what it is. We're a radio show. We could cut the video all day long, and it wouldn't. You literally would not notice a change unless you're used to watching it.
Right.
We don't do the watching. We do have some. Like, we've changed the backdrop and a couple of little things. We do try to do some things. We have some other plans.
A little video editing. And
yeah, we do try to have some stuff like that for video down the road. It will change. But in the end, we're a radio show. And we're always going to be a radio show.
Right.
Like I said, we figure being able to watch us is just kind of a behind the scenes, cool little extra thing.
Little bonus, little extra, little things.
Yeah, it's not an end all be all. This is not... Like I said, they could, Facebook and all them people, all of our video platform streamings could shut down right now and we wouldn't skip a beat.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
There you go.
Anyway,
there's
continuing on. That was, it was specifically to a Facebook comment. I'm going to go ahead and just answer it and get it out of the way.
Fair enough.
That sound good?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Now, back to the stories at hand.
Now for something completely different.
Exactly.
But it's not different because it's politics.
It's what we do.
No, it's still politics.
True.
Still.
But earlier this month, the New York Times published a story saying, quote, experts suggest that President Joe Biden and his administration should set up a truth commission and appoint a reality czar to battle the disinformation and domestic extremism.
I have a question.
Now, hold on, before you get there. Now, a Democratic Congresswoman is also touting the Truth Commission.
Oh, good. I have this question.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So the New York Times and now this Democratic Congresswoman, are after a Truth Commission.
Yes,
with a reality czar.
Yes,
basically somebody to be the arbiter of what is reality.
The supreme propagandist, as it were. If you really want to get,
I mean, I know that's how you would really boil it down, but I'm talking about like it's somebody who you will always go back to say, pardon me, is this really true?
Snopes in real life.
If Snopes physical manifestation of Snopes.
So you know those commercials about not the commercials, but you know those YouTube videos like if Google was a man.
Oh yeah. If Snopes was a person.
If Snopes was a person. Because Snopes would obviously not be a man.
Yeah. Which Snopes is not honestly either, but
yeah, Snopes would be a person though.
Yeah. And that's what this would be. I have this question.
Yeah.
How is it?
How it is it?
How it is it?
Okay, I'll take it because of what we're talking about.
Exactly. That's why I let it ride.
Thank you.
How is it that they can decide so willy-nilly? I don't say so willy-nilly. How is it that they can be so confident in themselves that they could be able to set up such a commission and have such a person in position of power and that is power, by the way, to be able to decide what reality is? Mm-hmm. That's power.
That's power.
If you can have somebody to be put in that position, okay, to define truth. However, they then turn around and allow people to say that they are not the genders that they are born with. They are the non-binaries or whatever the other 200 and some odd sexes or genders that there are.
Right.
That is okay. That free flow of inconsistency and
that's science, bud.
Fluidity.
But
hold on, but
it's fluid science.
But how can you be fluid and be truth? Truth is solid. Mm-hmm. Fluid is not. Okay, to go the old Bruce Lee thing, you must be as water. You be put into a jar. You will become the jar. That's what science is. The jar is truth.
Yeah.
What goes into that jar becomes truth. That's the thing. The truth is whatever is solid. So how can you sit there and have a commission of truth when you're going to turn around and allow another section of society and life to not have any truth whatsoever? I'm just curious, how is that supposed to work?
Well, maybe they cleaned it up.
Okay, maybe they do.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
Maybe they cleaned it up.
That's what struck me right out the gate.
All right, we'll keep going here. Freshman U.S. Representative Sarah Jacobs on Sunday.
Oh, good.
Told CNN's
damn freshman
Brian Stelter on his Reliable Sources program.
Stelter Skelter.
That we need a, quote, truth commission to put down extremist ideologies that so Americans can all have a common narrative about the truth and what is truth and what isn't. The German people had a common narrative about what is and what wasn't and what will be the truth.
You know who they're
in World War II? They had a very common narrative about
they did
and specific portions.
And you know who they had for as far as the truth czar and their truth commission. You know who ran that was a guy named Joseph Goebbels.
Yeah, that gerbil guy. Yeah.
So just saying.
That's just there. Before the Truth Commission declares Jacobs before the Truth Commission declaration, Jacobs defined an extremist as one who's unable to take a competing idea and reflect the truth.
Wait a minute. I have another question.
Okay.
Isn't that what the left does too?
Yes. But their ideas aren't competing with each other. Their ideas are just competing with the right.
No, I got that.
It's whoever takes the left's ideas and competes against those.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. So as long as they're in control or they make this decision, then then it's
of course, true. Right. Until the next generation or next person who's in charge is of the opposite party, and then it'll be that person's truth becomes the czar.
Oh, because nothing makes life for regular people more relaxing, more casual.
Oh, yeah, I know.
More free to live and do as you want to than to constantly keep in question as to which political power happens to be in power because we have given up our power as the people to giving it to them. And then they get to not only decide who does what, but what truth is.
Yeah.
That's good. I don't see the stress in that at all.
No, not at all. Yeah. Jacobs added that the extremists believe their, quote, sense of identity is being threatened and lack of, quote, critical thinking skills, which nobody on the left actually has.
Or the right. Nobody has actual critical thinking skills anymore. Everything is emotional.
It's all emotional. If it's emotional, then it's not critical.
If it wasn't emotional, Donald Trump would have been impeached for a second time or attempted to.
The first time.
Well, no, but I'm saying...
Or the second.
You damn sure wouldn't have done it the second time. Because
right. You'd have learned your lesson.
You would have learned your lesson,
dummy.
Yes. Exactly. Stove hot. Don't touch. Ow. First time. Gotcha.
Burn.
It's hot.
Hey,
Second
I wonder
time.
if it's actually still hot. Is it red? Yes.
Then don't touch. Oh, you're right. It's probably a good idea to wait till it cool.
Touch.
Yeah.
Ah!
How dare you burn me, you stupid stove? That's actually what this whole
You lied to me.
this whole impeachment thing
How
is.
dare you let me touch that stove and burn myself?
The whole thing was centered around emotions and feelings, had nothing to do with critical thinking at all.
That's right. Yeah. So critical thinking obviously is the big deal there, and they have this so problematic access to quote common social networks with those who share their views.
These are the same social networks that they push their agendas and stuff on, and don't let any other competing voices on.
Yeah, and actually, like those platforms push that idea that their ideas are the best and only ideas, and that you shouldn't be pushing any other ideas but their ideas. Yeah, those ones, those same exact ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stelter seemed to love what he was hearing. After all, a few weeks back, he said that he wanted to influence it. He wanted the influence of quote liar Fox News reduced.
See, but that's again, folks. That's the whole point of what the First Amendment was about.
Yeah.
Free speech does not protect speech that you agree with.
Yeah,
because you all agree with it. Therefore, by association, it's protected. It protects those that you don't agree on.
Mm-hmm. It's like okay, so there's a host on our network. The Dominic Izos. He's before our show.
Oh yeah,
Comes
that
up
guy.
before our show.
Yeah. The
2
cop
hours.
guy.
Yeah, the cop guy.
Yeah.
Has smoked cigars.
Yeah.
Usually well dressed.
Yeah.
Really frosty tipped hair.
Yeah. The short guy.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Mm-hmm. See, he is going to be on a show on Friday, and it's not his show that he's going to be on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
He's going to be on a show with a host that he does not agree with.
Well, why would he do that?
Oh, well,
But wait a minute. I thought everybody on the right was, and arguably was being said on the left. I thought everybody on the right was just talking into echo chambers.
No, he's apparently going to go into the den of the Young Turks.
Pray for him.
And talk to the Chenk.
That's racist. How dare you use that word?
That's his name.
Chink?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's his name.
I know. I was trying to spin it to something.
Nope. We're not doing the Asian.
But you actually can't. I mean, he is Asian.
Turkish? Mm-hmm. Isn't that Minor Asia?
Still Asia.
Asia Minor?
Still Asia.
Technically?
It's
a very technical thing.
It is.
We're getting really in the weeds here.
Splitting hairs, I know.
It's really in the weeds here.
Nothing but that's all I think about. Every time I hear Young Turks, all I think of is Constantinople.
That's awesome.
I know. I wish to God that was their theme song.
It would be so good.
Dun,
but
dun, dun,
the rest of the show would suck. But that would be great.
I would tune in just for the theme song.
Istanbul,
Nothing but the Turks.
That's all you need to do. That's
it.
That's it. The Young Turks.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so he's going to be on the Young Turks on Friday.
Yeah, I've listened. I've listened to.
I'm not saying that to give the Young Turks some props, but I am saying that to say he's one. I think I believe he was invited,
which is okay.
That's crazy.
Knowing
who he is,
knowing
that's
who
awesome.
he is, and knowing how the Young Turks are.
That's really awesome.
They're honest to God. This is not going to be anything but. This is just for ratings.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen,
they're trying to get him on, and
they're
going to
try. Well, not just that. They're also going to try and instigate and get him fired up, get him to launch off into all his stuff.
Which is going to be fine because it will be great show.
No, and it will be.
A
It will be
show.
great radio, great video,
yeah.
or whatever. But it's not going to be hey, we want to come together to work on something. This is going to be I'm a douche. We think you're a douche, and we're going to try and just throw mud at each other until it's over.
I think that's what it's going to be.
I don't know.
It might be. Maybe it's going to be nice.
I don't believe it.
Maybe.
Because I've seen what those guys do. It's not good at all. I'm telling you, every time, every single time it's stuck in my head. Nothing but the Turks. Fan-damn-tastic. That's great. I don't know what you're...
Awesome. Slug.
No, Kevin Hutchins, I trust the Ministry of Information to keep me properly disinformed.
Thank you, sir. Thir. That's definitely how that's supposed to go. Don't die.
I won't. It's slowly starting to break up. Like
That's
I can
good.
feel it, but it's not.
It's not enough.
It's not. Yeah, it's not quite carrying over.
And next, the story that will make Dylan's head throb.
It already is, but that's because I have.
That's from
ear
nothing else.
infection.
Yeah,
that has nothing to do with anything else.
Talking about just
It's so stupid. Told y'all it was coming.
Boop, 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 boop.
Telling you, it's like right there, and
It wants to come out.
It does.
I think the more you talk, the better it'll be.
It's holding on for dear life. No, it hasn't cleared up in the past week, 2 weeks. It ain't gonna clear up all of a sudden now.
I mean, it's holding on loosely.
No, I wish it was.
It just won't let go.
It is not letting go. I wish it was loosely because then at least it wouldn't be a dry cough.
Yeah.
This is Defenders Live. Yes, this is Defenders Live.
Yeah, obviously that's not your voice.
No, it's not. He does much better than that.
Yes, he did.
Did you ever adjust that, by the way?
Actually, you know what? I didn't. I should have.
Okay.
Well, it'll be done before
That's fine.
before
I
next
just
week.
don't
You know,
worry about it.
never got it there.
Anyway, Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter. I trust the Ministry of Information to keep me properly disinformed.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
what we do. Southern Ohio, I was going to say Southern Ohio Jackal is actually scared of who the reality czar might be.
It's
praying,
not
praying
gonna
to God is not AOC.
It's not going to be AOC. They're not going to let her anywhere close to the White House. Twilight's last gleaming slug.
Mm-hmm.
I have critical thinking skills. I traded them for feelings since slugs have tiny brains and only room for one of those.
Ah, gotcha. Difficult choice. Had to be made.
Hard choice.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Kevin Hutchins also on Twitter. It's not fair that Fox News routinely beats us in the ratings. It's not fair. Obviously, people are not buying our version of truth. That's why we need the government
To tell
help
everybody
force people to buy our version of
the
truth.
truth. Yeah, that's 1984, by the way. That's definitely in a policy there.
Yeah.
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 Disinformation. New speech.
If you haven't read it,
You probably should.
go read it.
You go ahead.
The book 1984.
Yeah, that's just one of
George
them.
Orwell. That'll scare the snot out of you.
Because you'll look at today and you'll be like, oh, God, it's everything.
It is. You'll be surprised of how it is everywhere.
A TV with that also looks back at you. Wait, we have those.
And we're not just talking about like the Nielsen rating things. It's
No, you know that new mirror thing? Have you seen it?
the workout thing.
It's called The Mirror.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, that scares the crap out of me.
It does it to me too. Now, okay.
It also looks really cool.
I was gonna say,
but that's why it scares the crap out of me.
I was gonna say I can compartmentalize it really well.
Right, that looks really cool.
So it is really cool.
It's really cool.
because it's like a workout station.
Right, and you
Okay.
have like somebody right there digitally in front of you.
Yeah,
Literally there.
But it also goes a little bit further. So I was looking at some of the stuff, and like it can tell you.
They can tell you if you're doing it wrong.
Well, not just if you're doing it wrong. Okay, so if you're doing an exercise, like say you're doing an arm curl,
Right,
okay? And you're on one side and you're curling with your right.
Oh, it can tell you like if
you're curling with your left. Like it can tell you how much stronger
your
the
right
one
is
side is
left,
from the left. It can tell you which is your dominant end, how well you're pulling, if you're half-assing it on one side. Like it goes it reads everything.
That is scary as crap.
Yes,
if that thing is connected to an internet, that is scary.
When you start talking, when you mention that after you mention the whole truth, reality, 1984 situation.
No, it's
creepy. If you could remove that, if we could actually be in a semblance of the utopia that people have always wanted when it comes to
and then
technology,
have the screen that you're like,
it would be fantastic.
It's showing me what I can do.
But the problem is
you don't get one without the other.
Well, you could. Well, you could.
No, you don't get the technology with all the cool stuff and telling you what is and that. Yeah, no.
Without the risk.
Without the risk of mass dystopian future.
I agree. But it could be done. It's just
it's a thin,
very thin,
super thin line. It is such a crazy, crazy thin line.
Yeah, but whatever.
It looks cool.
It does look cool.
Yeah.
It tells you everything. Like it reads your body temperature. It reads all these. It could almost tell you your weight just by
glance,
which I didn't tell you. So there's that industrial scale at work.
Yeah.
Me and all the guys.
I like getting on that thing.
Me and all the guys got onto it.
It makes me feel good.
We were actually like, we had this brief stretch between lunch and we were kind of bored. And we were kind of betting, or not, actual cash, but we were all, taking the over under as far as like who weighed what.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can honestly say I am not the heaviest person. Which I knew I wasn't going to be the heaviest, but I thought I was at least in second place, and I'm not.
Really?
I'm not.
Really?
Yeah.
Massive. That's awesome.
I know.
Rock.
But I only miss it by that much.
It doesn't matter.
And it's only because I'm tall. That's the only reason why. Don't look at me.
Hey.
So we all got it. So let's just say I was surprised by some.
Let's just say I surprised everybody when we did that.
I'm sure.
I surprised everyone.
I'm sure.
Because, yes, I look like I'm 12. I get that. I understand. But I'm not, my body shape doesn't say 12. All right? It's just my face.
It's just the face.
It's just the face.
From the neck up, 12.
Neck down, 27,
mid-30s.
30. Yeah, somewhere there. But no, so that, because I'm right at I'm 185 to 194. That's like my variable range.
Yeah.
And it's like, do I have boots on? And
most of us obviously did. Like I think I weighed myself with my coat on and my boots on.
And you were still third?
I was still third.
Ha.
Not by a lot.
Doesn't matter.
But I was still third.
That's still an extra 5.
Yeah.
That's an extra 5.
Well, and I figured out why. And I was talking to happened to be the biggest guy. And we realized the reason why is since they opened up the whole nother section. And now they're letting us drive. Yeah.
You're not walking.
We're not walking a mile and a half one way.
I'll tell you what, man. That was some of the best exercise I had ever gotten in my life.
I lost 20 pounds.
I know. I used to walk a minimum of 11 miles a day.
Yeah, I know. Me too. And now it's like...
Now we're driving.
Yeah, just throw it in. And because certain buildings have certain materials we need, so we don't have to drag it from the bottom all the way up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So there.
Oh gosh,
I know.
We're avoiding the next subject is what we're doing.
I know. I'm doing it kind of on purpose because this is a big fat I told y'all so.
Yeah.
This is.
Despite President Joe Biden's declaring that declaring this week. Wow, it's been such a long time.
I know
that the United States will have enough COVID-19 vaccines by the end of the summer to inoculate 300 million Americans. He told American.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make sure that I get the new English down.
Gotcha.
So I just want to make sure that
kind of that mix of Boston meets
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Connecticut kind of
right.
Northampton thing.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Maybe
a little bit of Maine thrown in there.
Just new speech,
Gotcha.
Drop the S and just American.
Gotcha. With a
Okay. That they will need to wear face masks until at least 2022. Biden visited the National Institute of Health complex in Bethesda, Maryland this week. During a news conference with Dr. Anthony Fauci, the NIH director, Dr. Francis Collins, Biden informed Americans that he is recommending that they wear masks for at least the rest of the year.
Yeah, I can tolerate
Work.
a recommendation.
Recommending is one thing.
I can tolerate that.
Oh, no. But his recommendation is not a recommendation.
No. Because he follows up with that.
Yeah.
As he goes on, quote, I had a little discussion.
Just a little one.
This is a quote.
A tiny discussion.
A quote. I had a little discussion with my friends behind me, Dr. Collins and Dr. Fauci, about whether or not I should take off my mask. And the truth is, although we're more than 10 feet away, I think it's important that I not. End quote. It is critically important, the message, this is a quote again, and I realize I'm speaking to a vast majority, at least I hope I am, of folks here at the NIH.
Mm-hmm.
You know that wearing this mask through the next year here can save lives, and a significant number of lives. We lost over 100,000 of our fellow citizens, and we're on track to cross 500,000 Americans dead next month. The new strains emerging create immense challenges, and masking is still the easiest thing to do to save lives. Right. But we need everyone to mask up. I know it's a pain in the neck.
No, it's actually a pain in the face.
But it's patriotically responsible. And we're in the middle of a war here with this virus.
We are not.
It's patriotic responsibility, not only if you care about your family.
Please stop.
But if you care about your fellow Americans.
Please stop.
End quote.
Stop. Not you, him. Stop.
No,
just stop. Stop. This isn't about patriotism. This isn't about patriotic responsibility. This isn't about a war on a virus. It has nothing to do with caring for your family or protecting fellow Americans. That is none of this.
Yeah.
This is about you following orders.
Yeah. See, again, they're trying to they're forcing you to do this under some weird, I don't know, some false morality is what this is. Well, you want to protect your fellow people, because if you don't protect your fellow people, then what kind of a person are you? That's why you're wearing the mask. You're not wearing the mask to protect yourself.
Right. You're protecting everybody else. And that's why we're now going to mandate that you wear double masks.
Yeah, I'm telling you that this is going to be a very...
Even though there's a study out that says it doesn't matter how many masks you put on your face, it doesn't change how much... past the first one, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah. The only thing it does do is help smother you just a tad faster.
Just a little bit more.
Just a tad faster.
Teeny tiny bit more.
That's it.
Right.
Now this whole thing is asinine. I'm telling you, this is going to be, if they keep on, even this light hinting that he's trying to do, and we're gonna do 2022. Nope. It's not gonna bode well.
I am telling you right now,
it is
if
going
he
to
can
split.
pull it off, it's going to be until he gets out of office. I'm telling you,
he's gonna he's gonna push for it
until he gets out of office. He's going to be pushing for this.
This is why
this is going to be his gold mine.
Anybody curious as to why he threw out 2022? It wasn't just a higgledy-piggledy thing. We kind of have an election.
There is another election in 2022.
And there's a possibility that if done right, if the people decide that enough is enough, start doing at least a little bit of, for God's sake, at least a little bit of homework. Pick somebody that you at least seem that on the surface, based off of actual their performance, matches up with your beliefs and what you want. Could make a huge dramatic change in the government moving forward for the rest of his administration. Enough so that even at a state level, which, by the way, this is the most crucial ones, because this is your local elections.
Yeah.
This is the ones where you get to hire and
Hire
pick
and
the
fire
people.
all the people around you directly.
Yes, everybody that meets you directly. Iowa, I believe it's Iowa. We talked about this last week.
Iowa, yeah. And South
Is
Dakota.
now mask free. Now, or at least mandate.
Florida is basically mask free.
Yeah, at least there's no mandate. You can wear one if you choose to, but it's not a mandate.
Right.
Why did they get there? Because their state, local governments were properly, I say properly, I won't know, I wasn't there.
Right.
But at least seem to be listening to their constituents, listening to the people in their communities, and they are moving based upon the will of the people.
Sure.
You want that to happen in your state?
Yes.
Then you better buckle down and you better make sure that your state is properly set up for that to happen.
Yes.
And the only way in time you do that is the election coming up.
That'd be good for you.
It would be very good.
This would be very good practice. Like we talked about earlier, if you can't find anybody in the next 5 months that's actually going to be a part of the, in the election, because that's over this next year is when everybody gathers together and says, okay, we got to get our candidate, we got to get our guy and do. If you can't find somebody technically by the end of this year, if you can't personally find somebody that you could agree with, that you want to represent you in those positions, you either need to go bring somebody or you need to put yourself up into the office.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how it'll work out for you. Our lieutenant governor is a guy who, 3 years ago? I think it was 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Stood up at a council meeting in Greensboro.
About his gun rights.
And we just talked in politics, had nothing to do with politics. He was just a guy of conviction.
And he decided to put himself out there because he didn't see anybody that he agreed with.
Exactly.
And now he's the lieutenant governor?
Yep, lieutenant governor.
Yeah. So that guy...
Now, and we don't know how...
Amazeballs.
Yeah. But I don't fully know everything about him. I don't know all of his stuff, but at least in that part, we kind of agree. And again, the whole, I'm going to run because we can't find anybody that fits, that's not listening to the people. And that's what he went for. And the same thing applies across the board. That's what 2022 will do.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, people, the nation of America, the country of America, always worked better when they weren't forced to do something. We proved that. We proved that during World War II. Not the fighting side of it. Look at what happened to the people that stayed home. There's all the things that people were doing without the rationing cards. Did they like them? No, but they willingly did it because they believed in what the cause was. They were being lied to in a lot of ways.
They were being lied to.
In a lot of ways, what was going on overseas and what all this stuff was about.
There was a lot of propaganda.
There was a lot of propaganda. There was a lot of crap going on. But they still believed deep down in the cause of it. And they wanted to help.
The cause of freedom.
Yes. If you allow people to do as they feel comfortable doing, and I'm not saying that a business shouldn't have the right. If a business says you need to wear a mask when you walk in here, that is their business.
That's their business.
And if you would like to patronize there, then you need to follow their rules. Right. I'm all for that.
That's fine.
But in general, if you feel you need to wear a mask around somebody or you feel led to do that,
that's your own personal
That's your own personal thing.
Right.
And if you don't, then you should not be berated for it. It's the same thing. Listen,
and you should also not berate other people for not believing the same thing.
Exactly.
As you do.
I was going to say that because, let's take it to a faith side for a moment.
Sure.
Let's
do that.
There's a stretch where people are convinced that, once you become a Christian, once you become saved, you don't drink, you don't dance, you don't play cards, you don't do nothing. No.
The devil's into music.
Yeah.
And then he's into guitars.
All kinds of weird stuff.
Devil's into drums.
Does that make them wrong?
Personally, no, not really.
No. If that's...
yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
Only to a point.
Yes. As long as they... yes.
Does it hurt them?
No, it doesn't hurt them.
If that's how they feel that they need to be,
fine.
Then that works for them.
It goes around... They put that hedge of protection around themselves.
Yeah.
That's fine. As long as they don't force it upon anybody
else. Exactly. If I choose as a Christian to have a cigarette or to drink beer, then that's a choice that I need to make. I can, I believe that there's certain things. Now, is smoking good for me? No.
Right.
But hey, there's certain things we make mistakes on and we kind of have to pay those prices and do whatever.
Yes.
But the point is you choose to do something. Now, if I get around people who aren't fans of smoking, And in that moment, let's take that away from the faith side of
Sure,
things.
right. Let's take it back.
Let's
to
come
just
back
reality.
out to reality.
Yeah.
If I go around a bunch of people who don't smoke, do you think I'm just going to light up a cigarette around them?
Nope.
No. How often have you, like, unless we're outside somewhere,
Yeah.
how many times have you seen me smoke?
Almost never.
Would you believe that I'm about a pack a day?
No.
Yeah. Because, like, that's what I'm saying, because y'all don't do that. Out of respect, I choose to not do that.
Right.
And that's where we need to go back to.
Hey, that'd be nice.
I will wear a mask because I feel that I need to, because you've expressed to me, you have a family member or you have this or whatever.
Sure, right, yeah.
And you go that route.
Right.
That's fine. But when the government comes down and mandates it, there's a problem. And again, the whole reason why I'm saying the long way to the well, he picked 2022 because there's a small chance that after 2022, he's not going to be able to do anything. Because he knows damn well he can't executive order that crap. He can't. So.
Yeah. So we got a question over here. Question. Question on the Twitters.
Question on the Twitters. Okay.
Yeah. Hi, this is Richmond Joe, listener, Mojo50.
Welcome.
Thank you. Every time we get close to losing the masks, there's some reason to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
How do we know there's variants when they can't even tell the difference between COVID-19 and the seasonal flu?
Well, again, this goes back to the Commission of Truth that they want to throw up.
Yes.
I promise you that
where
guy,
it is.
whoever that gets that department, they're probably going to have a say in that somewhere.
He's going to have to be there.
He's going to have to, because
obviously he's going to be the guy.
He's going to have to set up the truth.
Yeah, because that's the guy.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Apparently he's become a divisive listener. Richmond Joe. Also on Twitter, Dylan. So tell me how you really feel about the government telling private businesses that they must tell you to wear a mask.
Well, that's a different story.
We've only got a 2-hour show, and it's already almost done with the first hour. We don't have time tonight.
I think we're just going to have to let that one slide.
I have to, unfortunately, in our line of work, I have to sometimes, deal in subtleties.
Yeah, you got to deem what is necessary for time's sake.
I do, and you're just going to kind of have to figure it out.
Biden noted that the federal government provided $3 billion in 37 states and territories and tribes to bolster existing vaccination centers and create more of the center to administer, where we administer vaccines. In December, Biden promised Americans as much shorter mask timeline. That whole
100-day thing.
100 days. Just 100 days. Give me 100 days is what
Last I checked, from now until 2022 is a lot longer than 100 days.
Well, didn't we say when he said 100 days it's going to be at least a year?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, we knew it was.
We said it was going to be more than likely it's going to be close to the end of the year no matter what.
Yeah, because, again, it's
the government. And if they can do anything to control you for a certain amount of time, you give them an inch, they'll take 2 years.
Yeah. And again, not only can they control us, but then turn around and control us from the level of have us fight over one more thing.
Right. This is going to be something that creates division in people.
That's where a lot of division truly comes from, is people feel they're being forced into something that they don't want to do. Those very same people who are arguing the loudest, like myself, would be a whole lot more keen to wearing masks and being helpful and doing things like that if it wasn't forced.
Oh gosh,
I would be among the first people saying, like, hey, if you feel you need to wear something, and wearing one,
and that's fine.
But
if you feel like you need it,
but I don't.
I don't feel like I need it.
I don't at all. And this whole, well, you're not protecting yourself, you're protecting others. No, I don't.
No.
Because here's the deal: I'm very much a homebody.
Yep. So he wouldn't be protecting anybody.
I don't protect anyone. I go to work and I stay at home. I come to the show and I stay at home. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. And part of it is because of the lockdown. Part of it is because of the fact,
especially over this year.
Yeah. Really over this year.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't do it outside, I don't go and do it. Really.
Like outside the house, directly around the
area. Well, I mean, I
go to the store maybe.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of going to walking through Walmart because people irritate me. Just stupid people irritate me.
Well, see, I grew up being a people watcher personally.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm I love to people. That's the only reason I go to the state fair.
To people
food and people
I can't
watch.
Stand the state fair. Oh.
I know. I don't. I go just to watch the crazies
Just
go
to watch
walk
the
through
people.
the do.
Yeah. Oh, and they didn't have the state fair this year, did they?
Nope, and they're not going to have it next year either.
Because of all the COVID stuff.
There's a lot of the states are announcing and saying that they're having it, but it's because they still have time to cancel.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not. And I'm just tired of it, and everybody is getting tired of it. Because again, as Richmond Joe mentioned and pointed out, when you can't tell the difference between COVID-19 and just the regular flu, aside from what the only side effect, or not side effect, but the only symptom that I've been told that actually is a distinct difference
between the flu and
the flu and COVID-19 is that allegedly there's that whole you can't taste, you can't smell.
Well, it's also
and Carrie
dry.
had it, so
it's also a solid dry cough.
Yeah.
Usually the flu is like wet, sticky.
Sometimes, but when it first cakes, but it could also be bronchitis. So there's like a whole
exactly, because it
out of
could just be a cold.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things it could be. So the fact that it's so nuanced, and only they can tell.
Oh yeah, because only they can tell. And when they do the test, it can tell the differences between the viral strands.
Yeah,
even though they've only known about the one
strand. Yeah. No, I know. I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's why they need the Ministry of Truth.
They do. People snarky jackal over Twitter is because nothing says patriotism like meekly submitting to whatever the government tells you to do. Yeah, that's it. That is it. I'm just saying.
That's about all right. That's all you can do when you're coming there. Oh, Dennis over there on the Facebooks. People like being sheep. Not me. It's crazy that people think they need to have someone to tell them what to do all the time. I agree too. What are you looking up?
We had listeners send us an article real fast. Basically, the Florida governor told Biden, and when it came to masks and the vaccines.
Oh, to shove it.
Well.
Yeah, he said,
Yeah.
STFU, bud.
Yeah. just go sit on it and rotate.
Just go. Go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he tried to ban travel to Florida.
Yeah, I don't pay attention anymore. I don't care.
You can't fly to Florida anymore because they won't wear masks there.
Good thing you're not my boss or my dad.
Or, anything that I care about.
Yeah. You try to keep me from going where I want to in the country that I, especially that I went and
if I can't fly, I'll just drive.
Yeah, I'll go where I want to.
Yeah. Also this week, Fauci moved the goalposts of when the U.S. could reach herd immunity.
Yeah, we mentioned that last week.
In December, Fauci said that the U.S. could reach it somewhere in the summertime. Yep. However, he said his timeline last Sunday has moved.
Of course it is.
It's now to the end of summer.
Of course it is.
Which means that it will probably be somewhere in 2022. It
won't be until Thanksgiving or start of winter, which, again, is ironic.
That's when it hits back up again.
Yeah. It's almost a coincidence, really.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how that, talking about hedging your bet.
Yeah, the same, probably around the same time that Biden says you don't have to wear a mask is about the same time where we're going to reach that herd immunity inoculation percentage. That's where I think that's where it's
a feeling. There's a part of me. There's like it's not a big feeling. There's a feeling. It wouldn't It wouldn't surprise me. I'm just hooked on this feeling.
Yeah.
That
you've been believing?
That if Biden has his way, there will be an excuses all the way up until the end of his term.
I told you. That's what I said.
No. I'm saying, like, more than ever, like now, like I kind of thought, that little
twinge of hope
feeling is slowly growing. It's like when you put one of those expandables or whatever, those little things, the rinky dinks or whatever, you put in the water and it slowly expands.
Yeah.
That's what this is. It's a slowly growing.
It's a rinky dink.
Rinky dink. That's it. Yeah, slowly expanding, slowly getting bigger, and then eventually it's going to just overtake everything, and all will be lost.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
But thank God we have American Pride Roasters coffee to keep us going.
Because if I didn't, Oh, God.
Yeah, I'd be slitting my wrists right now. AmericanPrideRoasters.com is where you go to get the miracle drink to keep you from slitting your wrists.
That's right.
So many different flavors.
Historically great coffee.
Historically great coffee. You will love it. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Those are the guys that are keeping us going. Go to mojo50.com. Check out everything going over there. The awesome hosts and shows. A lot of those folks are going to possibly be filling in for us this week. Woo-hoo. So you get kind of get in, give you a taste of who all those people are. I'm telling you, you're going to love it.
It's going to be great.
God willing, it'll be a couple of them from the weekends. In case you're not a weekend listener, it's going to be good for them you to get to know them.
I agree.
Check them out as well. Go to doashow.com.
That's doaeshow.com.
Yes, sir. That's our website. Become a defender with us. Check out the archives and shop and everything going on over there. Follow us on all the social medias at DOA Show. Use the hashtag ArmYourselves. We'll probably get your tweet read out here in a little while. Guys, we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere because there's still so much more to go. Come on. Go over, do it.
On the road again. Might be able to see Patrick Mosier too.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I did see a little bit of that.
Chef Pat. Talk to him about some dinner ideas.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
What you thinking about? Got some foods?
Last time we talked, I told you about my salmon.
It's a little dry now.
Give you that sweet, sweet salmon.
Huh? What? What?
This is how we do it. Do you like to drink some Baileys?
How about some creme de menthe?
How about you and I go back to my place and we drink some Baileys out of a shoe?
You can pick the shoe. That's okay.
They call me Old Greg.
I love that.
Have you not seen that?
Oh, no.
Yours hasn't seen it? Oh, no.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Wife, show her the Old Gregs. No, I know what he sees in you. Wife, show her the Old Gregs.
They call
Inundate her
old
with
Greg.
the Old Greg.
Old Greg. Drinking Baileys
Out of a shoe.
You
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I'll never back down. Thought I was 6 feet under.
We really need to get these guys on. They need to hurry
I know.
up and
I
respond
know.
back.
Respond back, guys.
Come on. Now you know what it is that first they're like, oh, sure, it's free promotion.
And now they're like,
oh, crap.
no, nuts.
No, we can't do that.
Can't take it back, but we can't go on the show either.
No, they could take it back.
Yeah, they could.
Well, maybe they probably wouldn't. They're like, nah, it's better than nothing.
It's fine. Whatever.
I mean, they're probably busy. The LP's probably dropped and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, they are releasing more songs.
Yeah.
Actually, they came out with like 2 or 3 new covers,
yeah,
and they were really good.
I know. One of them they were coming out with, and they haven't done yet, or at least I haven't found it. I know they've done it, but they haven't released it. They did the Thunder Rolls by Garth Brooks.
I don't think that's released yet.
No, but I've seen the
preview of it.
fan-damn-tastic.
Really?
It is fantastic.
Really?
Yeah, like my new favorite version. Like Garth Brooks can kiss my ass at this point. It is so good.
Wow.
It really is good. Well,
By the way, the band is called No Resolve.
yeah, check them out. They're good all over on Spotify and all that good jazz. No, but no, like from what
And
I
on the YouTubes.
yeah,
Because they do the music videos.
From what I hear, Garth Brooks can kiss my ass anyway because he's just a. I used to like him. Yeah, not so much.
Chris over there on the YouTube is having some issues with his stream and everything like that. Every time we get into something really good, it starts to get choppy for him. I don't know what's going on, but although it could be due to the fact like there's been a lot of issues with
Crappy weather. Look, okay,
Look.
So there is a electrical substation
Like not 2 miles away.
not 2 miles out here, and I have to pass it every time I come over here.
Yeah, that thing is frozen over.
Well, not just that. That parking lot right next to it, that empty one,
Yeah, filled
is
with
stacked
trucks.
to the gills with electric trucks.
I know, because they were there the other day. Well, this area in particular where we're at right now,
yeah.
The power kept for 2 days straight because of the freezing rain and then a frost over at night.
Yeah.
Power drop for 8-10 hours. Power drop.
Should have came to the house.
Well,
I mean, y'all would have been like the kids would have been camping on the floor. You guys would
Yeah.
be sleeping on bunk beds, but
I mean,
at
we
least you
can't-
would have power.
well, we had power. Like we had enough power to where we'd be like, all right, if the power goes out, we'll be fine even through the morning. Blah blah blah. And that's exactly what happened.
Oh,
like
okay.
the power kicked on for
Like during the
6 to 10 hours. It was on during the day, and then it died at midnight.
yeah, but it still can make for a very cold night.
That's why we double up on the.
No, I got all that. I'm just saying, next time, just
Yeah.
I know it's crappy, but if it even thinks about stuff like this, come to the house, dude.
Yeah,
The
I
kids will, the girls especially, will be, it's summer party,
Yeah, I know.
and then y'all can take the kids' room, and girls can all camp out under a little tent in the little
on a-
toy room.
I'm
and
a couch guy.
I mean, we can. They're reclining couches,
Oh yeah.
so
I'm a
knock
couch
yourself
guy.
out. I'm just
That's what
saying.
we're doing, yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, yeah, but no, that thing is loaded to the gills, and I told the girlfriend like either they're here because a lot of the storm stuff is going to be here, or they're on their way to Texas.
They somehow there was a parade of them going past my house about 2 hours before the show.
Yeah, I think they're getting ready to go to Texas, is what I think.
Probably, yeah.
Because it's not good down there.
Oh, you know what? There's actually some reasons why it's not good down there. Hold on, let me find that story here. Oh yeah, there.
There.
So
We're going to start there since we're talking.
Yeah,
weather.
since we went ahead and talked weather.
Millions are without power. I feel like I should have a more dramatic one. Millions are without power in Texas after a historic winter storm blasted the state over the weekend, creating freezing conditions that made the roads dangerous and knocking out nearly half of Texas' installed wind power generation.
Yeah, I gotta ask you a question.
You know what I should have done? I should have done it like
The
Super Friends.
yeah.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
Millions of without power.
Millions are without power in Texas after a historic winter storm blasted the state over the weekend, creating freezing conditions that have made the roads dangerous and knocking out nearly half of Texas' installed power and wind generation.
Yeah, that works.
That's good.
That works really well. I like that. Yeah. No. I do have a question though. Green energy.
Green acres is the place for me.
So green energy.
Uh-huh.
We have solar powered
We do.
panels. You know,
We do.
we
Which
have-
don't work in the rain.
and also not in the snow because they get covered.
They do cover up.
And you have wind power, where the turbines were apparently not moving fast enough, especially in the freezing air, to allow them to. Now they froze solid.
Yeah, I was
they
gonna s-
froze solid.
Yeah, that's the irony. Okay, so
The wind was still blowing.
wind-powered turbines. Okay, you would
Froze.
think the stronger the wind, the better they will work.
And then that would create more friction, which would create heat instead of the
which-
gearing.
Exactly.
Which yeah.
Nay, nay.
No. That's
The
not how this
more the
works.
wind blew, the colder it got, which caused everything to freeze and completely go.
And solidify.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and again, this is the kind of stuff that just kind of makes you go, I see where you're going with this. Don't get me wrong. Like
It's nice.
the idea of wanting to be better stewards and not depend on coal. Because, okay, the thing when it comes to coal, a lot of people don't take into account is not just the burning in the power plant.
Yes.
The actual extraction of coal from the earth is very devastating to the earth. Like you're digging a giant pit,
And then you're also
and you just
exploding stuff.
Yeah, and you're just leaving it there. Okay,
Yeah.
it's kind of bad. Okay, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. But
No, it's
yeah.
not the worst, but it's not. There's more to it than just the burning.
Right.
But at the same time, you kind of go, well, if the turbines that are meant to be in wind and meant to be all this stuff, and they're freezing, so what's the point? The only way it sounds like it would work is if you had turbines running in some place in tropical, like Florida,
Right.
southern Texas.
Yes.
The problem with that is
California.
California. Do
Yeah.
you realize though, trying to funnel the electricity from there
Would be horrible.
to everywhere else would be insane?
Yes. So this is what. Okay. Wind power works in some places.
It does. Not here. Have you seen the ones here?
Yeah.
It is the goofiest looking thing.
Because they don't work.
No, and
Because they're
two,
barely ever turning.
they're barely ever turning.
because we don't have enough wind here.
You know what it is? Even out near the coast. So most of them that we have are out by the coast.
Right. Because that's where you get the breeze from the ocean.
Well, and
et
I'm
cetera,
saying
et
like
cetera,
even
yeah.
an hour or two in. It's
Still
about an
pretty
hour
great,
in.
yeah. About
And
an
what
hour
they've
in.
done is a lot of the farmland, most 99% of all of that out there, if it's not swamp, if it's not woods, it's farmland. And I'm talking big farmland. A lot of those that got bought up by these turbine people.
Yeah. Or the solar power people.
Yeah, but most of them, what I'm talking about specifically is the turbines. These big old things, and they just sit there. And I've used to drive past them, and even on a windy day, and I'm looking, and one, maybe two of them are
Starting to spin.
turning, and I'm not talking like,
No,
a windmill, like for real, like
It doesn't even know. It's barely like the old style wooden windmills. The grain mill.
Yeah,
Like
the one
it-
actually had a purpose because it's grinding, and that's the other reason why it's actually going so slow.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the wind behind it. It's the fact that it's just
Grinding
it's doing
slow.
extra
Yeah,
work.
It's
Yeah.
doing additional work and grinding against the grain. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only real,
Yeah.
no. Even then. Yeah.
I'm just saying
It doesn't work. Yeah, the Texas grid operators who spoke to Austin's American Statesman said that the freezing rain and historically low temperatures caused the turbines in the west of Texas to freeze to a halt,
Yep.
knocking out some 12,000 megawatts of energy production.
Yeah. It's a good point. You put that out there. Dennis Battles over on the Facebook said that it's weird that they have them in North Dakota and they don't freeze up.
That's funny.
It is funny, but here's the thing, is these are made based off of the climate they're going to be in.
Yeah. So they were expecting Texas to not have to worry about that so much.
Yeah, because here's the deal. It does, when these things spin, it does cause friction and it does cause heat.
Right, always.
Texas, in case you haven't been,
Is
in
hot.
a lot of places, are hotter than 400 hells.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to leave that extra shielding off because, again, they don't normally get this kind of weather. They're like, it does cause the heat. It'll be fine.
Right.
South Dakota, not so much.
Right,
North
yeah.
Dakota, not so much.
Yes.
You kind of need that extra junk.
Right.
And I to my knowledge, is where it really falls under. But
sounds like there's not as much insulation in
it's
the
not
stuff in Texas.
yeah, because why would you pay to have
it fully insulated
yeah.
against the weather?
And here's the one difference. A lot of people also don't know this in Texas. I don't know how it is in other states. Here in North Carolina, when you move into a home,
yeah,
your home is in a section, a group or whatever. Certain homes in certain sections is divided up between power companies.
grid.
Yeah, it's gridded out to certain power
Yeah,
companies.
yeah.
You have no choice. You move in. This is your power company. Congratulations. Whether you like the prices, whether you like the service, whether you like any of that.
Does not matter.
Does not matter.
Yeah.
That's who you're stuck with.
Yeah,
Texas doesn't do that.
right. You're allowed to buy whoever.
I was in shock. I mean, literal jaw drop.
Open market.
It was open market for it. Like they actually had sales.
Do you want solar powered energy?
Well, not even just that, but they're like, hey,
So and such energy company.
Yeah,
now,
Dallas
50%
County
off for your first 3 months.
yeah, Ector County, is all pushing for this, and this. If you come to us right now, your first month is going to be half price or blah, blah, blah. They had like when you see the sale for cell phones,
Yeah.
that was a type of commercial. It was for power. It was the craziest thing to me. That's, I think, has got another part to do with it. When you're not, and by all means, this is not an advocacy for government control.
Right, no.
But
No.
when you have the private sector controlling the power grid,
You have two options in the private sector.
they're going to turn around. I'm saying they're the ones who are obviously setting this up as an alternative. So they're not going to dump a boatload of money into it because they want to make the profit off of it.
That's what I'm saying. So you have two options, okay?
Yeah.
In the private sector, you have two options because you have three things to worry about, right? So you have three things. You got quality, you got time, and you got cost.
Yep.
Okay? So you want it the fastest possible way. Okay? And so you can only get rid of one of these.
Okay.
Okay? That's it.
Okay.
So if you want it the fastest way, you want the shortest amount of time. Okay, so here are your options. You spend a boatload of money.
Yep.
A boatload of money. Or you skimp on quality.
Yep.
That's how you do it. So either boatload of money, skimp on quality. Well, you're a brand new business, or you're this long-lasting generational energy company.
Yep.
But you don't have the money to put into, adding 700 additional workers to get this thing done in a certain amount of time.
Yep.
So what do? You skimp on quality. You say, well, you know what? Those bonus features that I don't need most of the time because, well, it's never going to get that cold here.
Yeah.
I'm going to let go on those.
And we'll come back to it later.
It'll be a later thing.
Yep.
If it actually comes to pass, wow, it's going to suck.
Yeah. And they just happen to be, wow, this sucks.
Yeah. That's exactly how it works. It has nothing to do with, them trying to skimp out on something or, make it worse or whatever. It's a give or take. That's all it is. It's just the give and take of how the society works, how production works. So, sorry?
Yeah.
It's like you got the wind power.
Here's the deal. No matter what it is, it's not the world. Life is unpredictable. You're not going to be exact. It's not going to be. You can plan for contingencies. I'm a planner.
Yeah.
I'm very much a planner. When something goes down, which is ironic because I suck at chess, but
Yeah, you do.
I play.
You're more of a checkers
I
guy.
live life. I suck at checkers too.
What?
I'm better, but not much.
See?
I plan. I'm not good at it, but I plan the moves ahead. If this decision comes to me, if I'm at this fork of the road, okay, if I go to the left, I expect this to happen. And if that happens, I'm going to do this. Well, if this happens, and then I have like 4 or 5 different variations branching out from these 2 different choices.
Yeah.
Just so that way I'm kind of in roll. It's easier to roll with the punches and I'm not thrown off quite so bad.
Yeah.
But life is not predictable. You can have, Texas right here is.
I know what your problem is though.
What?
So you plan it ahead, but you never prepare anything in advance to make sure that if those things that turn out bad.
Oh, no. A lot of them
you mentally plan, but you don't physically plan.
No, some of it I do. Some of it I try to. What I can get around.
Try to
do
mitigate.
it. Yeah, but for the most part, some of it's when you start thinking so far out in the future, it's like, just gonna have to hope this doesn't happen. And here we are.
Well, Dennis had a good point, though. You carry the cost to the customer. Yes, technically. Yes.
But then in a place like Texas,
where you have to fight
when you're
for each
competing,
customer, you can't carry that cost over like that unless you have a bunch of lefties that are willing to pay for green energy specifically.
Yeah. The only way that, again, all this is going to work is you have contingencies. If you have the ability to put solar onto your home, do it.
Right.
And use it as a backup.
Right. Or, you can be one of the, like the companies that are out there now. I think there's a bunch of them. Actually, I think there's one that sponsors Mojo 50. Mm-hmm. Was that Phoenix Solar?
Phoenix Solar, yes. I can't feel really bad now.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
Matt's going to be calling us up later. You sons of bitches.
They have a commercial. Anyway, they'll put the solar on, they'll no charge.
Yeah,
solidify your house, but then your bill goes down, and they get a little bit of the dividend from the solar panel.
Yeah,
they get the difference basically. You're paying them for the power, and then they pay the company.
Yeah,
and they get the difference between your power usage and your power stored.
Yeah, which is, it's a fine thing to do. But again, you plan, you make contingencies. If coal is still going to be used, and thus far is the cheapest route to go, by all means, you still use that. Right. That's why, around here especially, and it's not as bad so much, but around here, people have generators.
Yeah.
Because if the power goes out, what do you need? You need a generator. Mm-hmm. Well, you can switch it out for just a regular gas-powered generator. You can move into solar panel.
You could do a solar power generator.
You could find a way to tap into maybe a wind turbine if you live in
close to
such a place that you can kind of makeshift your own stuff. There's all kinds of things you could do for you.
Correct.
But it's still never going to work.
Right.
100% of the time.
It's never going to be 100%. And I get how these people want to be. They're like, oh, we've got to go completely green. We've got to stop burning the blah, 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 blah. Okay. I got you.
Imperfect. I just thought about this.
You want to know? No. You want to know what the perfect solution is? Nuclear power.
No, it is.
The perfect solution to all their green issues is nuclear power. That is the perfect solution. We now have ways to mitigate the toxic water and such.
Yeah.
To utilize it in different ways. We now have ways to mitigate the damage that causes.
Yeah.
So why aren't we investing in that?
Because just like you don't in the medical field, you don't invest in a cure, you invest in a cover for the symptoms.
Right. This is exactly what
you don't doing. There's no way.
Right.
Because once you can supply somebody like that with that kind of freedom, then they don't need you anymore.
Right. So
that's why they got rid of, a lot of classic cars that were built to last forever because they weren't needed anymore.
Yeah, they want you to buy a car every 5 years.
Yes.
They want you to buy a car every 5 years.
I tried to think of it a second ago that the problem with it is a group of people, imperfect creation is trying to make a perfect world, and it's not going to work.
That's never going to work.
It can't work.
We are not the people that can make a perfect world.
Well, was it Einstein that said that the people who cause the problems can't be the ones to fix them? Was it Einstein that said that?
I don't know if it was Einstein, but that is a good quote.
It's the same concept.
Yeah.
In the end, regardless of whether you believe it from this angle or not,
okay. So here's the
humans are fallen creatures. This is a world of sin. It is a bad place, and it is all because of our doing. Now,
if we're the reason why the planet is dying, we are also the reason why we can't fix it.
Exactly. All you can do is work and pray to hope to God that you've got contingencies around you, and after that,
that's about it.
That's about it.
Because we have a maximum 120 years.
Yeah, and that's all.
Maximum. 120.
I like Maxim. It used to be a lot better. It was more jokes, and now it's.
I only read for the articles.
That's what I'm saying. The jokes and the articles are funny.
They were pretty good.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
The comic panels.
Yeah, those were good.
Those weren't too bad.
Those were good.
Yeah.
Makes me smile a little. Mm-hmm. Kevin Hutchins has got a solution.
What's that?
For the power.
What's that?
Can't we just put a couple 100,000 newly arrived dreamers into big hamster wheels to generate the power we need? I think that's a good idea. It gives them the chance to earn
right to be here. But you do have to, change those out every now and again.
No. That's true, and I got that. Like you be humane about it.
Right. You have to cycle through.
But for the next-
you got to have shifts.
Yeah,
You gotta
for the
have-
next
you have to
2
break.
years, I think it's a good option. For the next 2 years, all these dreamers can turn around and have a job at the power company. And for
that could be the job that generates your first green card.
yes, that you run for, and you evaluate you for health to make sure everything's safe, but it's all official. And you run for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You take about a 45-minute break, 45-minute break.
Yeah.
And you go back and you go back and you go back. You take like an hour lunch.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you come back and you do that all through again for about 8 to 12 hours a day until, it's time to go home. And then you have the night to yourself. You go back to your little cubicle thingy or your little, dorm room or whatever.
Sure,
You've got
yeah,
a roommate or two.
Yep.
And you get to watch TV, you get to eat, relax, take a shower, do your laundry, take in stuff, but that's your job. That's what you do for the next 2 years.
Yeah, that's the deal.
I like that idea. That's not bad. It's not inhumane.
Well,
it gives them jobs. It makes them productive members of society because they're helping everybody.
It could be presented as inhumane
Why?
because you're forcing, quote unquote,
Well,
immigrants.
to what? Work for their...
Yes.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so that could be presented as inhumane. It could be considered like slave labor almost.
Nah, slave labor, they don't get paid. They don't get reasonable
I know,
lodging and all that fun jazz.
But it could be considered
Yeah, and
by the same people that consider wearing 2 masks.
yeah, I was going to say, and my shoe could be considered a viable candidate for presidency in
Well, it could
2024.
definitely be a viable candidate, for,
Especially among the left.
New York. Yeah, Governor New York. But,
Just saying.
yeah.
I mean, Southern Ohio Jackal over on Twitter. Wait, you're not supposed to drive a car for 20 plus years?
No,
No.
not anymore.
No. Sadly.
Mm-mm.
I like seeing some of the old cars.
Well, so give you an example, okay? The car that I have, I like my new car.
Currently, yes.
My new to me car.
Yeah.
Okay, new to me car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What's a 2017, isn't it?
No. It's a 2013.
Is it? No, it ain't.
Yeah, it was 7 years old when I bought it.
Huh. My car is newer than yours? Not by much, but I mean, it's still newer. I didn't know
but
that.
mine's fancy,
Yours is way fancier than mine.
way fancier. But no, so it's the hybrid, right?
Yeah.
Well, the battery and the engine, the electrical engine, they only last
Like it was 7 years. 5 to 7 years, yeah.
It is 7-year max, right? This was 7 years old. The person who owned the car before they turned it in, before they traded it for a new car,
Replaced it?
yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Like I have the Carfax on it where everything was. I was like, oh yeah,
God.
because that's the first thing I looked at. Like that's 7 years old.
That's going to bite you in the tail if it wasn't done.
That battery's gonna kill me. Okay.
You can make 3 or 4 trips and all of a sudden you're going to be like, no.
Dead. No, but the car is made for 7 years.
Okay.
It is made to have lasted for 7 years, but the person who kept it before me kept it immaculate.
Yeah.
And
It
that's
is.
the only reason why it works as well as it does.
It's a very nice car.
And I'm working toward keeping it the same.
Yeah.
You know,
Which is not hard.
It's not hard if you start that way.
Yeah.
It's not hard if you start and you continue in the same way, right? If you fall behind anywhere on the line, it hurts.
Yeah. I've fallen behind on rotating and balancing my tires.
Yeah, I have to.
So no. My back ones are garbage.
Really?
They're all wavy and choppy.
Oh,
I'll put it like this.
wow.
Any 60 miles per hour or higher. She's in the passenger seat. She's talking like this.
That's
it's
awesome.
funny to me.
Because you don't care.
But I'm not the one talking. But no, I was like, but I feel it in the seat, and I'm like, daggone it, I miss. And I went in my brain, I'm like,
You know you need to change the
I
tires.
would go for the oil change, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to change the oil. I need to rotate tires. I'll get it next time. It's an extra charge. I'll get it next time.
Yeah.
I have now getting ready to do my 4th or 5th oil change on this car, and I still haven't rotated the tires.
Dude, I just changed the oil on my car. First time since I got it.
Yeah.
And they needed to change the air filters. They were like 6 years.
I did that last time.
Like, oh god.
I know. It's like an extra $100, man.
No, it wasn't that
sucks.
It was fine.
love it.
Chris. Yeah, thankfully I don't have a Prius. I don't have a Prius.
Prius.
I
No,
don't
it's
do
a
that.
nice car, actually. I didn't know it was only like a 2013.
It's a Kia Optima. Yeah, it's
It's a
2013
nice
Optima.
car.
It's the Optima hybrid, the EX
much
model.
fancier than mine.
It's very fancy.
and mine's newer. Like mine's a 2017.
See, that's the thing. Like, I had two options, right? I
Yeah.
had the all-gas version, which was a year older,
Yeah.
and 100,000 miles.
Ugh.
Or I had this one, which was a year newer, $1,000 less, and a hybrid.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna choose that one.
Gee, that was a tough
That's
one.
a hard one right there. Hard sell.
Yeah.
Hard sell.
How
But
long did you How long did you
And-
stand there guessing?
and when I got there at the dealership,
Mm-hmm.
they had dropped the price like that day because online it was more expensive than the price at the lot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I got to the lot and the price on the window was like $1,000 less. I was like, yeah, boy.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. No, I do. I really need to rotate. See, because I know they're in the back,
Yeah.
and it's a front wheel drive car, so I know that once I move it up front, the vibration is going to be in the steering wheel.
It's gonna be even worse.
Yeah, but I know how to fix it.
No, you just get new tires.
No,
Yes.
there's still good life on these tires.
No, there's
There is.
If it's wavy tires, you need new tires.
No, but you can fix it because there's still a lot of tread left. So what you do,
Is shave the tread
yes, you get out into an empty parking lot and you light the front
and
tires
burn the
up.
crap out of the front
Yes.
tires. You are destructive.
No, I'm
Crap.
not. I'm practical. I can't afford new tires right now.
Okay, get new used tires.
Oh, no. Okay. As somebody who worked in cars for most of my life, that is more dangerous than you realize. Because just because
Not the retread.
No. I'm not talking about retread. I'm talking about new used, where it appears that everything's okay. No, Mm-mm.
This is Defenders Live.
Yeah, you don't
Just the cambers.
No, it's just no. Actually, it's not even that. It's I know for a fact it's the tires are not been balanced. No, but no, you have to be careful when you buy new used
Right.
because and again I've seen this. Just because you pull it off and the rim and it looks like it's good and everything else, you run that risk of there's the dry rot, whether they took it off the wheel right or not. There's all these little teensy things that if you're not careful can actually cause a blowout. And yeah, it may only be out $25, but
Still a blowout.
it's still a blowout
Yeah.
and you never know what the danger could involve from there.
Yep.
So I don't.
Speaking of blowouts, Twilight's Last Gleaming Slug.
Uh-huh.
Your shoe was made in China, not a valid candidate.
Oh, that's true.
yeah.
A B from the SAV also put on there on Twitter, not only would a shoe beat Biden in a debate, but I know the answer to the famous "How is your soul?" question from that other guy at that other place.
It's worn.
Yeah. But it is hearty.
Yeah, but you can tell. You can just look at it and tell.
It's put in the work,
Yep.
unlike Biden, who's just old and decrepit.
Yep.
Oh, I know. Fun thing over there, Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter. We can't trust people who caused the problems to solve the problems. Andrew Cuomo.
Speaking of our Lord,
His Excellency, the Lord Almighty,
Lord Andrew Cuomo.
slayer of economies and bringer of fibs. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, His Excellency, Lord Almighty, may he ever live forever and ever, once again denied responsibility for the deaths of thousands of New Yorkers who contracted the Wu-Tang clap in nursing homes, blaming nursing home staff for spreading the virus and accusing people who say otherwise of creating, quote, toxic political environment and spreading conspiracy theories. End quote. See, this is
So
this.
do we need the button?
No.
No.
At this point, no, because again, this is what I was going to say. Going back to the whole having to have the Commission of Truth
Ah, yes.
and the Truth Czar.
Truth Czar, yes.
That's where this guy would come in handy. So he would make that to be truth.
Truth.
So
In
there
the
you
American
go.
way.
Yeah. Thank you, Superman. The governor spoke. Spoke to the media on Monday to address reports that his administration covered up the true Wu-Tang Clap death roll.
Yeah, here's what he
Death
said.
toll.
The buck stops with them. That's it.
I was getting ready to do the whole Kennedy Springfield thing. My fellow New Yorkers. Okay. Who covered up the death toll, blah, 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 in New York, in the nursing homes after former President Donald Trump began pressuring them on Twitter.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
last week,
Wow.
New York Post published a bombshell report in which the top Cuomo aide admitted to governor's offices that withheld information from the state lawmakers because they were afraid that President Trump would tweet negatively about the governor's handling of the fake demic.
Because he would.
Yeah.
Have.
Yeah,
he would have. He would have laughed, sent out bad tweets, and been like, "Yeah,
He would have called a spade a spade.
yeah, Cuomo is being a douche." And
Yeah.
Basically.
How dare you, you rat bastard.
How dare you kill all of everybody's grandmas?
Yeah. And then turn around and act like you're okay. Shut up.
Right. Yeah.
Since the report, a bipartisan group of state lawmakers have called for the investigation and demanded that Cuomo's emergency powers be revoked. I think you're kind of a day late and a dollar short there, guys. I mean, good on you for doing it.
Right.
But I do believe damage has already been done, one might say.
Just a little teeny bit.
Just
there.
a tad.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, better late than never, but executive powers, quote, executive powers have nothing to do with nursing homes and the legislature can overturn executive measures, Cuomo said during his new conference. Quote, we know the virus can't be mandated within the state boundaries or county boundaries. He does read like that sometimes.
He likes the boundaries.
Yeah. These are public health decisions, not decisions to be made for local politics. I get these difficult decisions, but otherwise people die, and these decisions should not be politicized.
So he likes to walk around the boundaries.
Yeah, until he was using them, to make them politicized back in when all this was going on.
Oh, you mean like when he was politicizing all the problems that he was pointing out of Trump handling the COVID, but he's saying that you can't point your fingers back at me because I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Because I wrote a book about how I was literally the best governor in the world.
Yeah.
So obviously
you're a glue kind of thing.
I can't have done that.
Yeah, when you elevate yourself to a Messiah status, you can't exactly allow yourself to be tainted. Cuomo criticized a, quote, toxic political environment, end quote, during the pandemic, accusing his critics of engaging in, quote, political spin to attack his administration. He laid out facts, quote unquote, disputing that his administration hid the Wu-Tang clap,
Pause.
Kung Fu flu,
Pause there.
COVID-19.
Pause right there.
Okay.
Your own administration came out and said that they did it.
Yeah.
It was your guys.
Yeah.
Your people.
That's oddly enough, that's what, despite a damning report from the New York State Attorney General,
Yeah.
Letitia James,
Yeah.
that said Cuomo's health department neglected to reveal how many nursing homes residents had died in hospitals, undercounting the total of the Kung Fu flu deaths by up to 50%.
Yeah. That was your people.
Yeah.
Your guys.
Yeah.
They admitted to it.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to, once you admit to something, it's kind of
not
hard.
spin.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to walk that back. You can't exactly say, oh, no, that's not real. When you have other people in your camp saying, oh, no, yeah, we did it.
Yeah, we definitely did that.
Then that's not spin. That's called a fact.
It's truth.
At least it's more true than what you're saying. Now, it might not be true. It might be somebody who's trying to undermine you and cause problems and blah, 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 blah.
Sure. But
It's possible, but not likely.
No.
Not likely.
Not here.
Not here, not now.
Thank you. I was hoping you would catch
The
that.
DOH has always fully and publicly reported all COVID-19 deaths in nursing homes and hospitals. That's a quote from Cuomo. Continuing on, quote, they have always been fully reported. Nursing homes had the most vulnerable population. We know that. That's why I pulled my mother out of there, so I would have to have her be subjected to that. Oh, no, sorry.
That's why I pulled my mother out and took her to my house.
I added that. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I added that part.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's fine.
Quote, nationwide, 36% of the deaths are in nursing homes.
Yes.
You know what percent of the population are people in nursing homes?
No, Cuomo, tell us.
1%. New York is 34 in nursing home deaths as a percentage of the total deaths. 34 out of 50.
Cuomo, sir, Cuomo.
Yes. No, I'm not. Hold on. I'm not done with my statement.
I'm sorry.
New York State, sir, is one of only 9 states that counts what's called presumed fatalities in nursing homes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir.
Steven
Cuomo.
Mojo 50.
Yeah. You know that number that you're using is the number that you used without the additional 50% of deaths.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're still 34th in the
Only if you don't.
34th out of 50.
Only if you don't add the 50% additional deaths. And
You know what the best part of all this is?
what?
The best part of all this
Yeah.
is. And there's nothing best about people dying. Don't get me
No,
wrong.
not about that part.
The best part about all of this is he's sitting here justifying, oh, we're only 34 out of 50 states as far as deaths go and blah, 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 blah. What happened to if we can just save one life? The same argument that they use for, say, gun control and everything else.
You got to remember.
What's the difference?
Age.
I thought, hold on. No. I thought a
Age.
life.
No. Age
was a
is
life.
Age is a variable here. This is ageism. See, these lives have already lived their lives.
Oh, so we're talking. This is pre death panel stuff.
Yeah.
This is-
See, these guys, they've already lived their entire existence.
Gotcha.
Most of them only got a few years left. It's not a big deal. They're just sucking the economy dry. Let's just, we're not going to say that they're going to have to die, but we're saying
They gotta
what we're
have to die.
saying is
We can't afford to pay these people
we can't,
anyway, especially
we
in
can't
New
keep
York.
them alive.
Yeah.
Why don't we just save the young lives?
Yeah, they're more alive
The lives that
dead
aren't,
than they are alive.
The lives that aren't actually affected by the virus at all.
Yeah.
Let's save those.
Yeah.
Let's look at those lives.
Gotcha.
The ones that have no adverse effects.
They're basically,
to the
again, they're
COVID-19.
death panel before death panels are cool.
Yeah. He's trying to, he's being the hipster of death panels, the death panel hipster. There.
Again, when
Yeah.
killing old people before it becomes cool.
Right. He's the Daria of the Daria of death panels.
Wow. Okay.
You like that reference? Isn't that good?
On the one hand, that's a reach. At the same time,
It's really
spot
good,
on.
right?
Good form, sir.
Thank you.
The governor noted that last August, the Trump administration's Department of Justice requested a public information on nursing homes, and that the New York State Legislature made a similar request. Quote, we paused the state legislature request.
They paused it.
Paused it.
it.
We voluntarily complied with the DOJ request for the information.
They complied.
Two very different things.
Oh, yeah.
Nursing homes have the most vulnerable population. We know that.
They know it. It's known.
It is well known.
It is known.
He continued claiming that that there was much distortion regarding his March 25th, 2020 executive order to admit coronavirus patients to nursing homes to free hospital space. The Associated Press reported that more than 9,000 people
Yeah.
that were positive
Yeah.
with COVID-19
Uh-huh.
were released from hospitals into nursing homes
Yeah.
under Cuomo's heavily criticized executive order,
Yeah.
which was rescinded in May.
Right. Which means that
The total number of seniors that died is now estimated to be over 15,000.
so he had 2 months. 2 months of taking every elderly person that came and put them back into nursing homes.
Yep.
And he's going to say that had nothing to do with the nursing home death.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and don't forget, by the way, by these people being subjected to it now, you're also then therefore subjecting the staff to the COVID-19. And even though they have all the protection and stuff like that, they're still susceptible. They're still at risk. And so then they get to take it out into the populace and spread it amongst their family and their friends. And
Because that's amazing. That's the best.
It
way to
is.
go, yeah.
It is. That's, talk about trying to, squelch everything and put a pin in this crap. Cuomo mentioned that Center of Disease Control and Prevention and Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services guidance at the time advised the states that the Kung Fu flu patients leaving hospitals were not likely to be contagious.
Really?
And were to be cohorted in areas of nursing homes where they would be isolated from healthy residents. One, if you're not contagious, why would you need to be isolated?
And two, even if you're isolated, you're still interacting with the nursing staff, which means that those people are then interacting with the healthy people. And since they technically can't assume that they're completely clear of the virus themselves after leaving your presence, they're going to infect the other people.
Yeah. And why would you then, knowing that somebody has even, and again, and I'm not looking at it from the angle of, the coronavirus is so deadly. It's not. I'm not going from there. But knowing that it is kind of a risk when it comes to the elderly, why would you then move them out of the hospital where they will be getting the better of the treatment? Unless you're trying to hope that they die so you don't have to pay for them.
Because he wants to hope that they die so they doesn't have to pay for them. Yeah, other than his own mother.
Of course, because, she doesn't have to be there.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Apparently, we've pissed off the slug.
Did we really?
We've triggered her.
We triggered the slug.
Quote over on
that must have been where the critical thinking got swapped.
It did. Twilight's last gleaming slug over on Twitter. What was distorted about sending highly infectious patients into old folks' homes? ? Exclamation point.
All in caps.
All in caps.
So it's really loud.
Yeah, I can't do it because child is sleeping. Yeah. But yeah. Andrew W. Johnson over on Twitter. You're surprised that they just are now doing this. Timing has been a big issue with the Democratic Party.
No, we're not surprised. Why would we ever be surprised about
I'm not. No. But you know what? Feigning a little bit of
feigning surprise. Yeah. It makes better for radio.
It does make great radio.
Yeah, it makes better radio.
It does kind of help with a bit, at least, It's a little bit.
I mean, it's not like we're trying to make this into a skit or anything, but we're trying to make this into a skit. Yeah. We're trying to make it a little bit more comical. Just
a tad.
Make it easier to dissolve.
Look, America and the world sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not educated people. I mean, we're well read, but we don't have.
Yeah, my wife reads me really well.
We don't have backgrounds in any of this stuff. We're all opinion, but the best part about this is we try to make it humorous, because otherwise you're going to go out there
and you're going to
walk in front of a bus.
You're going to either kill yourself or kill other people.
And we don't want that.
No, we want you to laugh at this and think about it.
A reprieve.
Yeah.
Oh, like a moment to just kind of, it really isn't that serious. People are just dumb.
Yeah, they're just stupid. It's fine. People are just dumb.
Look what I can do. That's what it sounded like. You had that voice there.
You're welcome.
I was just like,
I'm glad it helps.
Oh, it's too good.
It works.
Too good. I did good.
No, I can do it. Let me do it.
Stay away from my teacher.
So the Department of Defense officially are considering keeping the National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. all the way through fall.
Why?
Great question. There are currently approximately 6,000 National Guard troops patrolling the Washington, D.C. area following the Capitol riot on January 6th. At one point, there were the estimated, 26,000 National Guard members of D.C. that provide security for the president during the inauguration.
I got to ask you a question.
Sorry,
I thought that's what Secret Service was for.
An internal communication between the Department of Defense and the National Guard reportedly discusses keeping troops in the national capital until fall.
But again, why are they there? Because if you're talking about protecting the presidency, protecting the president, God, words are hard.
Protecting O'Biden.
English is hard, yes. If you're talking about protecting O'Biden, that is what Secret Service literally is created for. That's their job, is to protect him. Why do you need the National Guard patrolling that area?
That's
especially when you already have Capitol Police, you already have Washington, the city of Washington D.C. proper, not the Capitol Police,
right.
But the big, you have that, you got state, you got local, you got county. What do you need them for?
And I quote: "It is if it's not possible to sustain at a current level with the National Guard personnel, we need to establish the number of National Guard personnel we can sustain for an extended period of time, at least through the fall of 2021, and understand additional options for providing the Department of Defense support to include the use of reserve personnel as well as active components. That's from Celeste's report that he wrote to the Capitol Police National Security
But why
Council.
do you need them? Why? Again, the to protect the president, you have those contingencies in place. Secret Service. There's a lot more than you think.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Secret Service.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Why do you need them there? The only reason why the National Guard would still be there would be technically to, quote unquote, protect the rest of the politicians in Washington.
Well, this is from Major Matt Murphy.
Matt Murphy.
Yeah, he's a spokesman for the National Guard.
Matt Murphy.
Yeah, Matt Murphy. He says, quote, "We're providing assistance such as security, communications, medical evacuation, logistics, and safety support for the state, district, and federal agencies."
That doesn't, no. Do you realize that that's the exact same bit that they have? That's the whole point of the National Guard for everywhere they go,
Yes.
is to provide logistics, to provide
I know.
security, all that crap.
Yeah.
For all of it.
I know.
So
That's the whole deal.
You didn't say anything. You just, that's what we're here for. But the question is why? Why does there need to be basically a standing army active and prepared in D.C.? Something about this isn't right. And again, I'm not the smartest guy around. I'm not, light bulbs are not all on this chandelier, okay? And I'm not afraid to admit that.
Right.
But something doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why do you need to have National Guard on site?
That's a
The election is over.
Right.
The frustration. I say the frustration. No, the frustration. is there.
frustration is still going to be there.
It's still going to be there. But the outrage. People have calmed down, like it or not. It's calmed down. Things are fine.
Yeah. Right.
Why do you need them there, other than for some kind of a weird show of force? That you as the
Oh, they're just support though.
But as that's saying is that's saber rattling. That is a literal show of force by the Biden administration saying, guess what? The rest of you Americans and Trump supporters and blah 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 blah. If you even think of coming here peacefully or otherwise, we will kill you.
Oh, it's a funny thing. It's funny that you say that. Okay, it's really funny.
Is
that
it?
You say, yeah,
Is it?
because apparently 2 people got past the gate of the White House recently. And they were immediately
You
taken.
don't say.
They were immediately taken. Yeah. One was 66 years old.
What the?
And she had a gun in her car at the parking lot. And the other one was was a younger man with her. And he had a BB gun in his pocket somehow.
Why didn't we shoot these people?
See, that's the thing. The news only talked about who they were and that they got in.
No, we don't know what happened
and then
to
they
them.
got caught, and that's it.
We don't know where they are now.
Yeah, the latest investigation was, she had a gun in her car. Okay.
What does that have to do with now?
What did that have to do with the fact that she was on the grounds?
I may or may not have a gun in my car now. What is that going to do?
What is that? That's not going to help anybody. She's not going to be able to get help from her gun in her car. It's not magic. You can't summon it. All right? It's not like with
It's not Mjolnir. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying, yeah.
Come to me, God.
Yeah, right. It's not like it's not like you have a spell or something that says, well, if the gun is within a certain vicinity, I can call it to my body. There's not that. We don't have a recall, okay? We don't have a recall spell for this.
You He-Man now?
Yeah.
I have the power.
He-Man. Yeah, no. We don't have this, okay?
Wow.
This isn't real. That isn't reality. The gun is going to do nothing in the car. It's going to sit in the car.
Going back to this whole thing, the fact that the National Guard is there is not good. I don't care if they don't do anything. The fact that they have them there, they're trying to, at the very least, make a stand, make a statement.
Yes.
And that statement is, we are in control, not you. Piss off.
That's really it.
And that's not how this is supposed to be.
No, sir.
We, as the people, are the ones who are supposed to change and make this stuff. Isn't that the whole point of what democracy is? This whole time they tout and complain, oh, we're a democracy.
Yeah.
Except for when they do this where they make themselves totalitarian. But we're really a democracy.
We did say that direct democracy leads to this.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
We
Look at France.
Not only did we say that, but history says that everything in real history says that direct democracy leads to what we are seeing now.
I'm just, and like I said, I would, if you have, even if you don't have somebody who's out there stationed that's been called up for this stuff, whether you do it or not, keep these people in your prayers because I promise you, these people
they're under some pressure.
And not just that. Though they are. That's a good one, but not just that. That they're just pawns.
Yeah.
They're just pawns. They're going to be used to and again, the whole stand is if people try to go up to the Capitol again, they're going to be used in an attempt to possibly stop and or kill their own people.
Right.
That they don't want to do. And it's causing them to be caught between this literal rock and a hard place.
Mm-hmm.
And, keep these people in your prayers because they're in a spot that I won't want to be in.
See, Dennis gets this.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're a republic.
No, I know we are, but we're not.
But we are.
But we're not.
But we are.
No, we're not.
And we're not.
Ask Biden. Ask AOC.
We're a democracy.
We're a democracy. Ask any person. Ask Alyssa Milano Cookies.
Milano Cookies.
Do you know she changed her Twitter thing now?
To Milano Cookies?
No. That would be fantastic. No. Do you know that now you cannot tweet at her or tweet any of her comments?
You can't reply?
You can't reply to any of her comments
And you
unless you're a
retweet.
friend.
Oh, she changed her status.
All you can do is like stuff.
Oh, I don't like any of it.
No, I kept it because it was always something fun to read and be able to do and blah, 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 blah.
You can't retweet.
You can't retweet. You can't comment on it or nothing unless you're her friend now.
Because she doesn't want people saying bad things to her.
Well, it's funny because she had no problems having people say bad things whenever she thought
that they were saying bad things about other people.
Trump. Well, and Trump, yeah, and she didn't mind it because I guess there was more people agreeing with her than otherwise. But now that she's got her guy in office, she's too afraid to actually stand up and defend him that way. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't
want to be yelled at.
Yeah, she doesn't want to take it from people who are actually pissed off against her.
Look, if you're going to give it, you got to take it.
Yeah, she couldn't take it.
That's right.
Bless her heart.
Speaking of people who could never take it, finally in the last story here tonight, a Minneapolis City Council, they had a mission to defund the police.
Yeah, we talked about this. It was sad. They just decided they didn't want police anymore.
Yeah, they didn't want police.
Yeah.
Yeah. That failed.
What failed?
The mission to defund the police.
It failed.
Yeah, it failed.
Oh.
Yeah. Following an increase in crime, Minneapolis has had a change of heart about defunding.
I'm sure you have.
Police. In fact, the city is going to spend millions.
Oh my.
Roughly $6.4 million.
Holy cow.
To beef up its law enforcement. Yeah, the city council proclaimed that the Minneapolis Police Department cannot be reformed and will never be accountable for its actions. Thus, they will, quote, begin the process of ending the Minneapolis Department. That's what they said when they were going to dismantle it.
But now they're paying $6.4 million to...
On Friday, the Minneapolis City Council voted unanimously to approve $6.4 million in additional funding to the police.
Unanimous.
Police department they had requested, and the Minneapolis Star reported. The police funding will go towards hiring dozens of new cops.
Nice.
And a stark contrast from what they were declaring over the summer here.
Oh. It's kind of weird how that worked out that, we don't want the police, they're bad, but suddenly crime starts becoming a little more than they can handle.
Worse.
Well, and it's not just worse. It's now becoming not only an issue for the people around them that vote for them directly, but I bet you it was unanimous. So I bet
It was unanimous. I bet even the people that were like, we can never do it, was like, oh gosh, this is affecting us now.
Yep. They said, we got to back out of this now.
Yeah, I got to pull out.
Well, I'm so glad y'all came back to your senses.
Yep.
That's good on you. Mm-hmm. And that's it. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Check out some awesome coffee and flavors over there. Those are the guys that keep us on the air.
Oh, yeah, get the Defender's Light Blend. It is a light roast.
It is
lots of flavor.
Lots
full
of caffeine. Oh, boy.
Huge beans.
It's literally a few steps under espresso.
It's really good.
It's
really good.
Magnificent.
Go get it.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Go to mojo50.com. Check out all the awesome hosts and shows going on over there. Tell them we said, hey, tell them that we sent you over there because, you need to thank them for allowing us to fill in airtime.
Yeah.
Go to our website, doaeshow.com. Check out the archives.
Become a Defender with us.
Become a Defender. Check out the shop. All that fun jazz. Go follow us on all the social medias at DOA Show. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.